3 weeks after giving birth, Elena asked her billionaire husband if she could attend the gala with him. He looked at her stomach, adjusted his cufflinks, and said, "Not tonight. You don't look like the woman people expect to see beside me." For a moment, Elena said nothing. She stood in front of him in their bedroom, wearing the black gown she had chosen carefully that afternoon. Her body was still healing. Her stomach was still soft. Her back still ached from nights spent rocking their newborn son to sleep. But she had hoped, just for one night, Nolan would look at her and remember she was still his wife. Instead, his eyes moved over her like she was a problem. "You just had a baby," he said. "You need rest." Elena's voice was quiet. "The doctor said I can go if I don't stay too long." Nolan sighed, already impatient. "Elena, this is the Ashford Foundation Gala. There will be cameras, investors, board members. I can't afford distractions tonight." "Distractions?" she repeated. He looked away. "Don't make this harder than it has to be." Her throat tightened. "So you're ashamed of me?" He did not answer. That silence hurt more than the words. Then his phone buzzed. He checked the screen and slipped it into his pocket. "I already asked Vivian Cross to accompany me," he said. Elena stared at him. Vivian Cross. A model. Tall, slim, perfect in every photo. The kind of woman people expected to see beside a billionaire. Elena's hand moved unconsciously to her stomach. "You're taking another woman to a gala built around mothers and children," she whispered, "while your wife and newborn son stay home." Nolan picked up his watch from the dresser. "You're being emotional." From the nursery, baby Noah began to cry. Elena turned toward the sound, but Nolan was already walking to the door. "Please don't embarrass me tonight," he said. Then he left. Elena stood frozen until the front door closed downstairs. Only then did her tears fall. She went into the nursery and lifted Noah from his crib. The baby stopped crying as soon as he rested against her chest. His tiny hand curled against her robe like he knew he was safe. Elena sat in the rocking chair and looked down at him. "He thinks I'm not beautiful enough anymore," she whispered. Noah made a soft sound. She smiled through her tears. "I know. Your opinion matters more." Her phone rang beside the crib. It was Marcus Bell, the director of the Ashford Foundation. "Elena," he said quickly, "where are you?" "At home." "At home? The ceremony starts in 40 minutes. Elena closed her eyes. "Nolan said I should rest." Marcus was silent for a second. "Did he tell you tonight's honor is for you?" Elena frowned. "What?" "The board voted last month. The Mother and Child Initiative is your work. Your name is on the tribute. The keynote recognition is for you, not Nolan." Elena's heart stopped. "Nolan never told me." Marcus' voice softened. "Then come and stand where you belong. Don't let him take applause for the work you built while carrying his child." Elena looked at Noah. Something inside her shifted. Not anger. Power. And if you are already feeling the pain in Elena's heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because this story is about to show what happens when a woman who was treated like an embarrassment finally walks into the room as the reason everyone gathered. Elena ended the call, stood up, and walked back to her wardrobe. The black gown suddenly felt wrong. It was the dress of a woman trying to fit into Nolan's expectations. So she chose another. A deep emerald dress, flowing and elegant, soft around her waist, graceful over the body she had been taught to hide. She fixed her makeup, pinned her hair back, and dressed Noah in a cream outfit. Then she placed him in a matching baby carrier against her chest. When she looked in the mirror, she did not see a ruined body. She saw a mother. And she looked beautiful. At the Grand Marlowe Hotel, cameras flashed as Nolan arrived with Vivian Cross on his arm. Vivian smiled perfectly. Nolan smiled proudly. Reporters called his name. "Where is Mrs. Ashford?" one journalist asked. Nolan gave a smooth smile. "Resting with the baby. She sends her love." Vivian touched his arm like she already owned the space beside him. Inside the ballroom, people praised Nolan for the foundation's work. He accepted every compliment easily, as if he had answered late-night emails, reviewed hospital partnerships, and created the support program himself. Then the ballroom doors opened. At first, only a few people turned. Then the whole room slowly went quiet. Elena walked in with Noah sleeping against her chest. She was calm, elegant, radiant. The emerald dress moved softly as she walked. Her hand rested protectively over her baby. She did not look ashamed. She did not look hidden. She looked like the reason the gala existed. The cameras turned away from Nolan. Flash after flash followed Elena. Nolan turned, and his smile vanished. Vivian's hand slipped from his arm. Elena did not stop for them. Marcus met her near the center of the room. "You came," he said. Elena lifted her chin. "I almost forgot I had a right to." Before Marcus could answer, Nolan walked over quickly. "What are you doing here?" he asked under his breath. Elena looked at him calmly. "Attending my event." "With the baby?" "With our son." "Elena, this is not appropriate." She smiled faintly. "No, Nolan. What was not appropriate was telling your wife she was unfit to be seen after giving you a child." Nearby guests began to listen. Nolan's face tightened. "Lower your voice." Before Elena could respond, the host stepped onto the stage. "Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention?" The ballroom became silent. "Tonight, we celebrate the Ashford Mother and Child Initiative. But more importantly, we honor the woman whose vision made it possible. Please welcome Mrs. Elena Ashford." Applause filled the room. Nolan froze. Elena walked to the stage with Noah still sleeping against her chest. At the microphone, she looked over the crowd. Then her eyes briefly met Nolan's. "3 weeks ago," she began, "I became a mother. And I learned that a woman can feel weak and powerful at the same time." The room grew still. "My body changed. My nights changed. My life changed. But my worth did not disappear." A few women nodded. "This initiative is for every mother who has been judged while healing, ignored while sacrificing, or made to feel ashamed of the body that brought life into the world." Her hand rested gently over Noah's back. "This body was not ruined. This body carried my son. And anyone ashamed to stand beside it was never worthy of standing beside me." For a second, silence. Then the room erupted. Women stood first, then donors, then reporters. Applause thundered through the ballroom. Nolan looked down, humiliated. Vivian stared at him with disgust. After the speech, Nolan found Elena near the side hallway. "We need to talk," he said. She turned. "Now, I made a mistake." "No," Elena said. "You made a choice." "I was thinking about the image of the company. And I was thinking about our son," she replied. "That is the difference between us." Nolan looked at Noah. "Elena, please. Don't destroy our family over one night." She gave a sad smile. "You destroyed it when you looked at the woman who gave you a child and saw embarrassment." Vivian walked past them, removing the bracelet Nolan had given her. "I don't want to be part of this," she said coldly. "A man who humiliates his wife after childbirth will humiliate any woman." Then she left. Nolan stood alone. 11 days later, Elena sent the divorce papers. This time, Nolan signed without fighting. Not because he wanted to let her go, because the whole city had seen the truth. Months passed. Elena moved into a peaceful apartment overlooking the park. The Mother and Child Initiative grew beyond the city. Hospitals called. Mothers wrote letters. Women shared her speech online. She healed slowly. Her body healed. Her heart healed too. Marcus remained close, but he never rushed her. He supported her work, respected her silence, and loved Noah like a child deserved to be loved, gently and without performance. 1 year later, Elena opened a new maternal care center. She stood on stage again, holding Noah's hand. Across the crowd, Nolan stood at the back, alone. No cameras followed him. No model held his arm. No applause waited for him. He watched Elena smile as people celebrated her. And finally, he understood. His wife had not become less after giving birth. She had become more. He had simply been too small to stand beside her. Elena saw him for a brief second. Then she looked away, not with anger, with freedom, because the night Nolan tried to hide her became the night the world finally saw her. And now, let me ask you this. If you were Elena, would you forgive Nolan after what he said, or would you walk away forever? Never let anyone make you feel ashamed of the season that made you stronger. A body that has carried pain, sacrifice, and new life is not something to hide. True love does not only celebrate you when you look perfect. True love stands beside you when you are healing, changing, and becoming more than you used to be.